This week, Underground had so many moving pieces. There was so much that went down. We just have to start. Let's go. Noah is really upset, y'all. Noah is having a very hard time. And rightly so. We've seen him go through a lot this season. He's just a character who we saw in season 1 had unshakable faith and unshakable belief that he could get through. And through his conversation with Harriet, we see that faith and that belief is wavering. That scene with Noah and Harriet sitting face to face and discussing their belief, discussing their faith, was probably one of my favorite scenes this episode. I thought the exchange was beautifully shot. They were both being lit by candlelight. Both of them had slight shadows on their face. The lighting and the posturing was really great for that scene. I just found it really interesting in that exchange how Harriet, with just a simple who, what, when, where, why, could pull out the heart of Noah's problem right now and where he's having an issue. Elizabeth and Cato also had an exchange earlier in the episode. Cato spoke of controlling your fear, of managing how much you pull in and then pushing it out, right? It was obvious in Noah's fight with Rosalie that his fear has consumed him. He has no control over it, and as a result, he's lashing out. He's just really I think he's just really bearing the brunt of the trauma of slavery. It's not just the scars on their back, it's psychological. Noah was explaining to James what enslavement was, right? It was being given the illusion of choice. So when Rosalie tricked him into going back to Macon to get James, he feels like she took away his choice. And that revelation that he had in that fight was just so heartbreaking. And you know the acting is good. You know the acting is good when you feel like you're eavesdropping on somebody's actual fight. Like, I felt like I was violating somebody's privacy by watching this fight. I felt like I should leave the room, and I'm over here watching Underground. That's how good they acted it out. Like Harriet, I believe that Noah will come around. We did mention Elizabeth and Cato, and Elizabeth has been going through it. This guy who's part of the, KKK in training or whatever, he walks right into George's home and starts provoking Elizabeth, asks for a room in John Hawk's name, and gets a slap in the face. Gotta be Team Elizabeth on the slap, guys. I'm here for it. When she talks to Cato, like I mentioned before, she kind of learns the method that Cato uses of becoming the monster that came to eat you. God, that was just my favorite quote all season. Pull it in, then push it out. Become the monster that came to eat you. Beautiful. It explains Cato, and it kind of catches Elizabeth right where she is right now in making a decision between the John Brown faction or the sewing circle. We're only going to use these guns in self-defense. She takes matters into her own hands. This guy openly provoked her, so I guess she's gonna burn down his house. It gets really complicated because his son runs in and he gets injured. It was a real testament to tell us where Elizabeth is at when she's just looking down on this boy who has been severely hurt. And she just says, you know what? He's his father's son. He's a product of this world, you know? Folks get burned every day, B. But that basically solidifies the break with her and Georgia. She's starting to listen to Cato's advice and becoming, I don't think she's becoming a monster. I just think she's, I think she's just becoming as hard as the people who have been coming after her. So let's get to Daniel. I think it's a testament to the writing of the show that we have been able to form such a full and complex character through the little snippets that they show us, maybe at the beginning or the end of each episode. As he discusses with his wife, there's only a small window of time for us to get to freedom, and we just can't miss it. Daniel is afraid. We see that fear again, and how he handles it is this feat of bravery. And of all the feats of bravery that we've seen throughout the series, I think this was one of the greatest. He walked into an unknown place looking for a man he might not find, being blind, just taking a huge leap of faith. So we see that belief coming into play again. I'm probably going to make a whole video separately just about his arc over the season. Let me know in the comments if you do want to see that. Daniel really takes a leap of faith, and we see him finally get to Georgia's safe house. He runs into Elizabeth, who has now been packing her bags. Elizabeth, too, is looking for John Brown, so let's see where these two people go. Final thoughts, I'm really excited about where this might go. Are we going to see John Brown? They've really been playing at this for a very long time. I really liked that the feeling of uncertainty wasn't limited to Noah. Even Harriet in her prayer was trying to figure out what step to take next. She knew what she liked to do, she knew what she wanted to do, but was that the best thing for the cause? I want to see in the comments your season 2 prediction. So do you think that Daniel's going to play a major role in the finale? Is he going to meet with John Brown? Is Elizabeth going to meet with him as well? How is he going to get his family out? What is Cato's plan? What they said for the finale episode is that they're done running. It's time to fight. I am more than ready for that. If you like it, subscribe, and don't forget to support those other YouTubers out there who are reviewing this awesome show. Go out there, show them some love, like and subscribe their stuff as well. You can also check out my content on the Underground app. We absolutely cannot forget, let's hashtag Renew Underground. Let's do that. Yes, ma'am. I will see you guys next week.